for coming. My name is Matt Rufo. I'm the program manager for the Kids Walk Coalition, which is an initiative of the Prevention Research Center at Tulane University. We're here today to release the school audit report we've been working on called Stepping to School. We have a few speakers this morning. We have Kathryn Parker-Karst, director of the Kids Walk Coalition, as well as Dr. Karen DeSalvo of the City of New Orleans, Eileen Williams, principal of the Harney School, and Ms. Roche, guardian at the Harney School. And finally, Councilmember Kristin Justice and Palmer of District C. I'd like to introduce Kathryn Parker-Karst. She is the Assistant Director of the Prevention Research Center at Tulane University. She also serves as the Director of the Kids Walk Coalition.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for being here. The Kids Walk Coalition is a local partnership of government agencies, public health, transportation, and community organizations dedicated to improving the health of New Orleanians by creating opportunities for physical activity. The Prevention Research Center, or PRC as we call it at Tulane University, is the coalition's lead agency and staffs the program. Our mission is to reverse the childhood obesity epidemic in New Orleans by making walking and biking safer for children and their families so that they can access schools, healthy food destinations, and other neighborhood places. We're here today to announce the release of our report, Stepping to School, an assessment of neighborhood walkability and solutions for a safer and healthier New Orleans. The premise of this report is that if you give kids a safe place to be physically active, they will do so, and will in turn combat obesity as a main outcome. We can do this by reducing obesity and health problems that it causes, such as heart disease, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes, if we have a good place for kids to be active. This report focuses on the state of the city's walking infrastructure around the 63 public elementary and middle school in our neighborhoods. Our survey team walked nearly 1 million linear feet, about 173 miles of streets and sidewalks, and documented the conditions of those sidewalks, crosswalks, signage, and curb ramps. The findings are in. More than 1 in every 5 miles of sidewalks are in poor condition or are completely missing. Where sidewalks are painted, most have faded beyond all recognition because the city rarely repaints them. Half of all curb ramps near schools are missing, and principals told us that speeding vehicles threaten the safety of their students who are already walking to school. The good news is that things are changing rapidly in New Orleans. Right now, we're investing in many resources in our roads and in our schools. And so now is the time to think about how we can get more of our children to walk and bike to school, how we move about our neighborhoods, and how we can create more opportunities for healthy living. We hope this report will serve as a wake-up call to our city and our leaders and inspire actions to make New Orleans a healthier, safer city for children and families to be active. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. Next up, we have Dr. Karen DeSalvo. Dr. DeSalvo is the New Orleans Health Commissioner and Senior Health Policy Advisor to the Mayor. Dr. DeSalvo has 20 years of practice, research, and policy experience aimed at improving access to quality, affordable community health care for all. She has been a leader in health sector recovery and healthcare reform efforts since Hurricane Katrina.
And thanks, Kate, and thank you all for being here today. I'm happy to be here to help launch this really important conversation, and I really appreciate the Tulane PRC for documenting and defining some of the important opportunities that we have as a community. We all know that health is much more than about getting people to a doctor. It's actually about improving the spaces where we live, learn, work, and play. I include in that where we get to school every day, and I didn't mean to rhyme. I apologize for that. We are very committed to building a healthy New Orleans, and this is a tremendous opportunity for the administration and for our community partners as we are doing this actively every day and making thoughtful decisions about how we increase our opportunities for our children and families to increase activity and have better access to healthy foods. We are a Let's Move designated city, which is part of a White House initiative that Michelle Obama has outlined as a way that we can tackle childhood obesity and do that through increasing access to the right kind of foods and improving activity for children and families through such things as simple ways of biking paths and playgrounds and being able to walk to school and having sidewalk accessibility. Obesity is a major issue in this community. It's a major public health problem that's going to affect us not just now, but into the future. We have one of the highest rates in the country. We're 5th highest for all obesity and 4th highest for children in this community. And it is a winnable battle. There are things that we can do not just in the healthcare environment to help identify and educate, but really more importantly, build into our everyday lives opportunities to be more active. So this Tulane report from the PRC really gives us a chance to document what has happened, to help guide the administration and policy, and think about how we can ensure that we are creating not just opportunities for families where they live, learn, work, and play, but really build this into the DNA of you guys, the kids, so that you're thinking about walking to school and walking places and eating healthier every day so that your future is brighter than we've offered to others. So thank you guys very much. I look forward to partnering in the future on this and many other endeavors, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thanks.
Thank you. And did I mention we're at the Harney School? Next up, we have Eileen Williams, principal of the Harney Elementary School, as well as Ms. Roche, guardian of the students at the school.
Good morning, everyone. Once again, thanks for being here. We're very excited to launch this press conference at Harney. We call it Harney of the Hood because we're in the middle of Central City. So that's an inside joke for many of us. I'm very, very excited about this opportunity because the Kids Walk Coalition is going to provide many, many upgrades to the neighborhoods throughout the city, but more importantly to Harney, in that we are excited about the Claiborne corridor upgrades. We've been complaining about not having a beacon light for a school zone since we've been here, and we have many kids every morning who have to cross the 6-lane highway to get to school. It's a real safety issue for us. So the Claiborne upgrades are going to bring the yellow flashing beacons to the highway. That's our first exciting piece. Secondly, the sidewalk upgrades throughout the community will allow our kids easier access to both their homes at Harmony Oaks and to the Mahalia Jackson Library, the public library, which is around the corner in Ferret and Jackson. We're extremely excited about also not just the upgrades there, but if you notice this big house that was torn down, that's been on Channel 8 for about a blighted property, came down about 3 weeks ago, and it was a real hazard for our kids. So the safe haven that they need is now no longer there, and so we're excited about that piece. The sidewalk upgrades, the infrastructure upgrades, the Claiborne corridor will allow our kids hopefully to come back to the neighborhood. We are hopeful that over time Harney can return to a neighborhood community school. Many of our kids are bused to school every day. We have 5 buses that come to Harney. The idea being that there are upgrades throughout the community, houses are being repaired. You see there are houses in the neighborhood that are being restored, sidewalks upgraded. Kids will come back to neighborhood schools and be allowed to walk to and from school, and more importantly, bike to and from school. Harney also had 2 new bike racks installed recently from the French Quarter Coalition. I don't know if it's a coalition from the French Quarter, Matt. They're beautiful bike racks that are being installed in the French Quarter. So we have 2 new fancy bike racks in our yard with hopes that this year, at the end of the year, we will have a kickoff campaign encouraging our kids to walk and bike to school. And it's going to have to start with the principal because the principal's a little heavy. So we're really excited about all the upgrades that are going on throughout the neighborhood. So I want to thank Matt in particular and Jennifer who work very closely with our staff. We're also talking about a safe routes to school piece that we're going to work on, and hopefully we'll have an opportunity to invite you back to announce some more good news about that piece. Thanks for being here. It's a little warm outside, so we're not going to make this too much longer.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited myself, and actually to reiterate on what Ms. Williams was saying. It's important that we do get the flashing lights on the main street of Claiborne because it is unsafe for the children to walk to and from school. And I'm also excited about them walking, hopefully to lose a little weight, to get healthy. I'm looking forward to that, as well as looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Finally, we have Councilmember Kristin Palmer from District C. Kristin Palmer was elected District C Council Member in February 2010. She was a nonprofit executive for 20 years with valuable experience in neighborhood revitalization, financial management, economic development, and grassroots organizing. She is the founder and former president of Confetti Kids and founding board member of thateasier.org.
Thank you. Good morning. And we're going to be really fast too, get you kids out of the sun. I just want to thank Kids Walk Coalition for inviting me to speak today. This is incredibly important to the entire city, and thank you for your work on this. As chair of the City Council Transportation Committee, it is my priority to make walking and bicycling in New Orleans safer and more convenient for citizens of New Orleans, and especially to schools and around our communities. Although every day we walk the streets of our city and notice the oftentimes poor walking conditions, it is startling to learn the results of this citywide survey. We all want to safely walk our streets, and so we need to make our environment more accommodating for citizens to use their feet rather than their cars to get around. And you kids know you don't have to ask your parents to walk, right? So it makes it a little bit easier for the kids. Doing so will reduce traffic, keep the air cleaner, save us money, and above all, keep us and our kids healthy. I'm pleased to see that the Kids Walk Coalition report offers several short and long-term policy solutions that we can act immediately on. These include prioritizing our public work investments around schools, making street crossings safer, and sidewalks more accessible for our kids. Funding a sidewalk maintenance program that helps property owners with repairing their sidewalks, making sure that the new comprehensive zoning ordinance includes walk and bike friendly regulations, and creating a complete streets policy for the city. That is a policy that will ensure that every transportation project will make the street network better and safer for drivers, transit users, pedestrians, and bicyclists. Although the challenges are widespread, I'm confident that we can work together to make our streets safer for kids and families to be active and give them more opportunities to be physically active. I encourage residents, school leaders, and city officials to read this report and work with the many members of the Kid Walk Coalition to implement the solutions the report proposes. Thank you.
All right, thank you to everyone for coming today. A special thank you to the members of the Kids Walk Coalition. I see Metro Bicycle Coalition represented today, AARP, Louisiana Safe Routes to School State Partnership. Thank you all for coming, and please stick around for anyone for individual questions. We'll remain here on site for a few more minutes. Good day.